If you're a fan of strength sports and you're in Scotland, you have to lift stones. And that is exactly what we are going to do in event number 3 for the strongmen and strongwomen here at the 2024 Rogue Invitational. Inside P&J Live in Aberdeen, Scotland. Thanks for being with us, everybody, as we are set for the Inver Challenge presented by Yeti. I'm Sean Woodland with Kristen Rhodes and Lauren Chalet, and we knew the women's competition was going to be exciting coming in, and after 2 events, it's lived up to its billing. It's
exactly what we thought. We have 5 women right now currently within 4 points of each other, and I believe on this event, next event here, we're going to see another shakeup on points.
Let's take a look at the overall standings after 2 events, and as Kristen mentioned, it is close. Andrea Thompson is your current leader, but 1 point separates her from Inez Carrasquillo. Meanwhile, just 4 points separate Thompson from Angelica Jardine. And we are only through 2 events. We have 4 events remaining. Here in event number 3, as I mentioned, we are going to pick up some stones, and the starting order will go from reverse to first. So we'll start with 10th place and work our way up to first place. And Andrea Thompson comes in, Kristen, as our overall leader.
Yeah, she's been second on both events. You see here on the first event here, she had a personal best in the deadlift. Then she followed it up with a quick farmers to a quick transition on the log, and she just absolutely demolished the log, which is exactly what we expected. She's put herself in a really good place. She's currently in the lead overall.
Back-to-back second place finishes and a personal best on the deadlift. There's what the athletes are facing here on the floor. This should be a fun one to watch, Laz.
This is as traditional as strongman, strongwoman gets. So we're going to lift 5 stones starting at 200 pounds all the way up to that huge 300-pound stone. Fastest time wins. Simple, but not easy.
Angelica Jardine comes in as the Arnold Strongwoman Classic champion, and she is someone who could do some serious damage in this event.
Right, if you remember back at the Arnold Classic in Ohio, she absolutely demolished the stone to shoulder. She just crushed it. And I've also seen her crush natural stone loading in every competition she's done them in. She picks them up and hucks them. So it'll be very interesting to see what she does here. I expect that she's going to do very, very well.
Now, Kiki Dixon is the 4th member of our broadcast team, and she is down on the competition floor. Kiki?
Guys, I was able to speak with Mel and Hannah earlier today talking about this event. Mel is really looking forward to it because she says it's a fair playing field. Nobody has done this when it comes to the strong women, and they get to go through this experience together, side by side, strong women united. Now, Hannah said it's going to come down to adaptability. We're looking for someone that can adapt it and get the job done as quickly as possible.
Sam Belliveau is up first, starting at 200 pounds. They just have to pick those stones up and load them onto the barrels. I say just as if that's going to be an easy task.
She's made short work of these first 2 stones. Very, very easy there.
So you mentioned this is a traditional strongman challenge, Laws. What are the keys of this event?
So this is all about hand strength, adaptability, as Hannah said, you know, we got from Kiki's report. But being able to figure out the stones, they used to perfectly round Atlas stones. These are a bit more awkward. Egg-shaped, you need to really get your hands in the right position, then it's all about getting it up to your lap, lots of hip power to load the stone onto the barrel.
Belliveau is getting hung up on the 275-pound stone, made it through 200, 225, and 250.
So this is good. She's turning the stone, trying to figure out the best place to put her hands, get the most purchase that she can. Some athletes just giving up. I like the way she's trying to turn it, figure this stone out. A lot of these events are about that, you know. We're not used to lifting stones like this. Sometimes you just turn it and you just suddenly get that biting point, and it then comes up, Kristen.
Yeah, just finding that maybe one little ridge that maybe you can get your fingers tucked under that'll help you pick that thing up.
The first 3 were no problem, but this 275-pound stone is causing issues.
Just 30 more seconds.
Come on, Sam.
Belliveau just trying to get a good grip on that 275-pound stone to get it onto the barrel.
Trying to get a chest as close as possible. You may find some of the bigger ladies have a bit more wrist and hand strength.
Managed to get it to budge, but just can't get it to her lap. The 3 good attempts as Belliveau makes it through the 250-pound stone but gets hung up at 275.
Yeah, she moved through those first 3 stones rather quickly.
Move on as we reset.
And Donna Moore will be the next athlete out. Samantha Belliveau trying to move the right way on the leaderboard after back-to-back 10th place finishes.
Donna Moore is a very good stone lifter. However, we mentioned these are not Atlas stones. Very different. We'll see how she can adapt to these. Have you ever done any natural stones, Kristen?
I have not.
Very different to Atlas stones. Atlas stones are something that these athletes are used to using on a weekly basis. But these ones, a lot more hand and wrist strength is important, and the ability to just figure the stones out on the fly, because you don't get to train on these. This is the first time these athletes have touched these stones, and the ability to just get the right feel, get your hands in the right position, it can make a huge difference.
Right, and then that squeeze and picking it up off the ground and just getting it to your lap. Usually once you can get it to your lap, you can get it loaded, but it's that struggle to get it off the ground.
Absolutely.
Donna Moore will be out next. 9th place overall after 2 events.
And they're not allowed to use tacky on this event, which is typically what we get to use in Atlas stones.
Yeah, tacky that sticks to the stones makes it much easier. This not allowed this time.
But you do see the women with the tacky towels, and that does help just a little bit with getting a little bit of bite on those stones. Not much.
So our former 3-time world's strongest woman, Donna Moore from the UK.
10 seconds. Stand by.
200-pound stone up first, 91 kilos. Shouldn't be a problem for Donna Moore, and it is not. Now to 225, 102 kilos. Moving up to 250 pounds, 113 kilos. Donna Moore. This is where Sam Belliveau was able to succeed for the final time before getting hung up at 275, and Moore has that.
So I think Sam was quicker to this point, but Sam got stuck when it came to the 275 pounds. Let's see what Donna can do.
Donna's been very good with tackless stones. She's held the world record on Atlas stones tackless.
And there it's coming off the ground. I wonder if we'll see Donna play around with the stone, turn it, maybe try and find a better position for her hands. Five stones, 200, all the way up to 300 pounds. Donna very, very close to getting that up to her lap.
Less than a minute to go before we hit the 2-minute time cap. And you mentioned former World's Strongest Woman. She had a great run at the World's Strongest Woman competition from 2016 to 2019. She won it 3 times in the year she did in 2018. She finished 2nd. And
Here
now
we go.
She's got it to the lap.
Now can she extend and load this? She
And
can.
Donna Moore has it. 275 goes up, 30 seconds. And now on to the final stone, 300 pounds, 136 kilos.
Now this stone looks a little more round from the side.
Bigger stone as well.
Yeah. There we go.
One more effort. Come on. Oh, too much.
That's it.
But 4 stones there for Donna Moore. Goes into the lead.
Donna Moore gets all the way through the 275-pound stone, and happy with that effort. Oldest competitor in the competition at 44 years old.
Look at the finger strength you need to just kind of maintain contact with that stone.
That's what I was just going to say. She's rolling it in.
Another adjustment of the hand here. Then she's in the right position to extend through the hips, roll the stone up her body, trying to use that hip power to drive it up and forwards. Good lift there from Donna Moore.
And pretty impressive, too, given that it took her multiple tries to even try to get that stone lapped. And able to have enough in the tank to get the 275 stone up to the platform. And now Rebecca Roberts will be up next.
You look at an athlete like Rebecca, tall, long arms, her grip strength is unbelievable. She should be good at this type of event.
She should be very good at this. She's definitely got one of the best grips in the world, if not the best grip for a female athlete.
Being as tall as she is as well, once it's up to that lap, the load isn't too high.
Right.
So as long as she can be efficient and effective from the floor to the lap, we may see our first athlete to do all 5.
Yeah, all she has to do is stand up.
Rebecca Roberts coming in 8th place overall. 6th place in the deadlift.
It's not been the start she would want
pounds.
in this competition as well, so she needs to pick up points here.
And then 8th place in event number 2.
10 seconds. Stand by. Here we go, Rebecca Roberts, the Welsh Wonder Woman.
First stone's not a problem.
200 is just a minor inconvenience, and 225 doesn't look much more difficult for her. Now on to 250 pounds.
It's a great start there by Rebecca.
250.
Moving well through the first 3 stones. Now this is where it gets challenging.
Inver stones down, 2 to go.
275 pounds, 125 kilos.
She has such long arms, she can get under it.
Yeah, very long hands, very strong, very long arms, and very strong hands.
Proper form and technique here.
Come on, Rebecca.
Please wipe off their hand moisture, making it a little tough to get.
There we go.
Roberts
Get up there.
quickly gets
Nice.
that one to her lap on the 2nd attempt, and now she'll move on to the 300-pound stones with more than a minute.
Now
Get
she's
this thing
getting
going.
excited. She wants this crowd to help her. 300-pound stone. So she's just standing over that stone. She wants to get centered around the stone. Really get those fingers in hard.
Squeeze,
Keep the wrists
squeeze.
tight.
300's in the
This
lap
is
for
good.
Rebecca Roberts, and 300 is up and over.
Nice. She's excited about that one. That was incredible.
She's got to hit the
press the
buzzer.
button.
Oh no.
So that's part of the event here, is pressing that buzzer to finish.
And for the first time ever, that is the first time we've ever had to do that in a strongman competition. So we talked about this
We
earlier
did.
amongst us, is that you didn't have to think about that in training. So now at the end of this competition, you're excited, you're celebrating, I got the stone, and then, oh my gosh, I didn't hit the buzzer.
Absolutely. We said we might see that happen. Rebecca, the first athlete
man.
to do all 5.
Right around 124 when she hit the buzzer, but this looked easier than 275.
It
Is
really
it just
did.
the shape of the stone?
Very
think
much
so.
so. Very much so. We knew once the stone is lapped, she wouldn't have a problem. The challenge is always from the floor to the knees with this kind of weight for these ladies. And at her height as well, that really helps on the load phase.
And this last stone just looks a little bit more round, where the other one's a little bit more oblong.
Yep.
So, yeah, that was awesome.
And then there it is, the
So
buzzer.
good.
Got to hit the buzzer to stop your time officially.
It'd be interesting if by the end a couple of seconds costs her a place. Hopefully it doesn't, but all 5 stones there from the current world's strongest woman, Rebecca Roberts.
Well, and the whole thing with the buzzer too, like you're so focused and you're so, you know, you're focused on what you're doing, and like having to remember that at the end. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's definitely adding a whole new element to, but it's great that there is a timer like that. You're not waiting on someone's thumb. So it's definitely making it a little bit more level playing field when it comes to timing.
Now this is an athlete I've seen do stone loading before and been very, very effective. She spent a lot of time in Scotland lifting various different stones.
She's also won the Stones of Strength competition multiple times.
Yeah, she is not a new athlete to lifting stones at all.
How much time we got? How much time we got?
Hannah Lindsay, 7th place overall, coming off a 5th place finish in event number 2.
Focused Hannah Lindsay. This is an event she'll want to pick up points on.
Stand by. Here we go. We didn't have
Just chucks that 200-pound stone right on top of the platform, now to 225. That's no problem. And just 10 seconds to get through the first 2 stones, now to 250 pounds. 275 up next. 125 kilos for Hannah Lindsay. She's still got 90 seconds to go here.
Yeah, she's just adjusting this stone, getting it a little bit different to the other women, trying to get it upright.
I was waiting for someone to try that. It's the end of the stone is smaller. You can get your hands underneath it and you can really squeeze.
And it's up and onto the platform for Lindsay.
Not just
now
about strength, trying to figure these things out.
It's strategy too, and figuring it out and watching the other athletes ahead of you go.
1 minute to go for the Swamp Monster at 300 pounds. Rebecca Roberts has the top time at 124.85 seconds.
She's going to use the same tactic. Makes it narrower, can get her hands closer together. Can she lift it off the floor?
Roberts is going to hang on to the top time. Now we'll see if Lindsay can finish this event.
It's a big stone, and that size is causing problems for her.
Just rolling.
Going back to a more traditional lift now. I think it's going to have to be 4 stones for Hannah Lindsay.
4 stones is going to be good enough for second place.
Yeah, I was waiting on those first several athletes because I could see that one stone was a little bit longer and a little bit shorter at the end for one of them to stand it up and try to get their hands up underneath it, and that's exactly what she did.
Lindsay made very quick work of the first 3 stones.
You see there when she's loading it, she could actually link her hands together, put herself in a stronger position.
Yeah, that was super smart thinking. Now we'll see if the other athletes have picked up on that and paid attention to that as well.
We're through 4 of the 10 women, and Melissa Peacock's going to be out next, who currently comes in 6th place overall. Back-to-back 6th place finishes.
You see Mel puts that tacky towel by that 4th stone. That seems to be the one that's causing the most problems right now.
Our next athlete making her way to the Inver Stone Challenge. Make some noise for Melissa Peacock!
I mentioned at the top, but Scotland and stone lifting are pretty much synonymous with each other. I don't know how you can't have an event like this if you come to Scotland.
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that we're in Scotland, you have to put a traditional stone lifting event in. The Inver stone, so much history to it. And now, the real test of the Inver stone was a roughly 300-pound stone, slightly lighter, I think 275-pound stone, and the goal was to just get air on it, get it off the floor. And then if you could lift it to your lap or to your chest, that was really seen as a great test of manhood strength. And then eventually, the incredible World's Strongest Man winner, Bill Kazmaier, came and pressed it overhead. Now, we have these women loading these stones.
200 and 225, good for Melissa Peacock, and now on to 250 pounds.
250 on the barrel.
And this 4th stone here, this was the stone I mentioned. This was the weight that the incredible Bill Kazmaier managed to press. And he was a 3-time World's Strongest Man winner. Just to lift this weight off the floor is super impressive. To load it onto that platform takes tremendous strength.
Now trying to get that grip that we saw Hannah Lindsay be successful with.
Well, Melissa's one of the shorter athletes. Her wingspan isn't so long, so she's got to figure out the best way to get her hands around this stone.
She almost looked like she was trying to press it against her chest to get it off the ground. See?
Yes.
She's getting super low on that stone.
I would never have had the mobility to do that.
Me either.
As she's moving it, she just can't get the right grip on it seems. Well, 30 seconds to go for Melissa Peacock.
Come on, Melissa.
So close.
Just see those hands are being pulled apart. She can't quite keep that tight position.
15 seconds remaining.
And where we can't use the tacky, that's where that hand strength and size becomes a big difference. And Melissa's one of the smaller athletes.
Right.
Melissa Peacock gets to the 250-pound stone before being stopped by that 275-pound stone. And now we're halfway through the field.
We're halfway through the field, and Mel Peacock just got to the 3rd stone, and then she just really struggled with the 4th stone. We've only seen 2 athletes at this point hit 275, and then Rebecca picked up the 300.
This next lady coming out, you have been talking about. She's the one to watch on this one.
Yes.
Angelica Jardine.
Oh, I can't wait to see what she does.
She's so fun to watch.
She just has so much raw power.
She really does.
And was really the story of the 2024 Arnold Strongwoman Classic, was an athlete who was not getting much focus at all coming into that event, and then slowly just kept hanging around, and all of a sudden was in position to win the whole thing.
Yeah, on day 2, she definitely came back, and she proved that she absolutely deserved to be there and that she was taking the crown.
I believe the lowest we've seen her place in a pro-level contest in her whole career so far is 2nd.
2nd, correct.
Stand by. Here we go. Angelica Jardine looking to the next.
Easy first stone.
First
And
2.
she one-upped it.
It's just like there's no weight.
Easy.
It's like
picking
it's
up a toy.
styrofoam or something.
That's just ridiculous.
Now on to 275, and she's not even hit the 20-second mark yet.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Jardine has a
goodness.
275-pound stone.
Onto the
Now
300.
90 seconds
This
to get
is
300.
incredible.
124.85. That's Rebecca
Come on,
Roberts'
Angelica.
time.
Come on.
It's finally slowed down by this 300-pound stone. But let's readjust. Gets it. Oh, come on.
Jardine is
Roll it
struggling.
right
She's going to roll it to the lap.
Get it up. Get it up.
And Angelica Jardine has it. Hit the buzzer, Angelica.
Oh, yes.
50 seconds for Jardine.
That was incredible. I knew she was going to destroy that. That was so great.
So good. Those first few stones, just like, they were nothing. They didn't even slow her down in the slightest.
She didn't even hit her lap. She just one-upped him. She didn't even stop. Oh, that was incredible.
What an effort from Angelica Jardine.
Well, you called it, Kristen. You said she was the woman to watch on this one.
Absolutely.
And she absolutely was. Look how easy these were.
She's just so strong, and she's got that grip. Oh, it's incredible.
Yes.
Look at that. Look at that. Oh, it's incredible.
Introduce you to our next athlete. Put your hands
She did not forget that buzzer.
Yeah, she was straight to that buzzer.
Inside a minute
Wow.
for Angelica Jardine, looking to pick up her first event win of the competition. 4th place overall. She's only 4 points back of Andrea Thompson for the lead.
Now that's done her cause a world of good there. Very, very hard time to beat.
30 seconds.
Now Lucy Underdown, who won the opening event with a lift of 685 pounds and then finished 7th in event 2, looking to get back on track here.
Now, Lucy's also got those very, very long arms, which allows her to get underneath those stones. And with her grip,
Yeah, she's built well for
she's
this.
definitely built well for this. She's very focused.
Stand by. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that was easy. 225 goes up, no problem for Underdown. Now to 250. Barely stopping at her lap for that one. 275. This is about the pace that Jardine was on.
She is going through this quickly. If she doesn't make a mistake here, she could be on for it.
Lucy,
a little bit longer than she wants to spend on that stone.
There we go.
But it's up.
90 seconds now to work on this 300-pound stone. 50 seconds, that's the top time from Angelica Jardine. Looks like that is going to stand.
I don't know.
Or maybe not.
It's going to be close. She needs to take it now. Oh, a little slip.
Don't drop it.
Right, you've got to compose yourself.
Please.
Get tight. Hold on to that stone. Get super tight. She's trying to get under the stone, which
She needs.
is a mistake. She needs to try and kind of sit down a bit more, get her hands over the top, then use that tremendous hip power that she has. She's trying to hook that arm
here.
under
Right.
and use
it
more
in,
arm
pull it.
strength.
Got
It's a little
that.
mistake. She can do this.
With 40 seconds remaining. Let's go, everybody. Let's cheer on Lucy.
Come on.
Just wonder how much that last fight took out of her. 30 seconds here. Now, this would be big if she can get this one.
Absolutely. When you
to
give
the
that
shelf.
much effort onto an attempt, it drains you very, very quickly.
Especially when you have no grip aids. Yeah, definitely fries your grip. Yeah,
Inside
same.
20 to go, and Lucy's not going to be able to hit it, but oh, she came so close to getting that 300-pound stone up onto that barrel.
It was a tremendous effort. She was so quick through the first four. Little fluster on the fourth, and then just that mistake on the fifth. She is more than capable of completing that, but still, should be good points for the deadlift record holder.
Absolutely. And this is the first time these women are seeing these stones, so everyone's going in blind.
275 looked really good, and then you thought that she had it here, and then you could, as you said,
Just the
Lost,
hands
that
were slipping a
the
little.
hands just weren't in the right position, and she couldn't save it.
It's a tremendous effort.
30 seconds.
Olga Lashuk is up next. She comes in third place overall, 15 points. She's just 3 back of Thompson for the overall lead.
Olga, a tremendous athlete. She's won absolutely everything there is to win in the sport. She's doing that mobility / get the crowd going movement again.
Stand by.
Let's see how quick she is through these stones.
Won the World's Strongest Woman in 2022. Did Lashuk. And makes quick work of the first 2 stones, now on to 250 pounds, 113 kilos.
So we saw Lucy go with the bare arms. Olga, she's got the tape on the arms. What would you do, Kristen?
I would absolutely tape my arms.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And what's the advantage of that?
It just keeps it from slipping so much. It's just like gives you a little bit of assistance.
Yeah, you don't want any sweat getting on those stones, do you?
Not only that, but they start tearing your arms up, and if this can protect you from that pain, it does help a little as well.
275 is up as good for Lashuk.
She's looking strong.
Not going to have time to chase down Jardine, but if she can finish,
She's got
it's going
this.
to be big for her. She's got it to the lap.
She's got this. Big hips, big hips, big
Olga
hips.
Lashuk has it. She's got to hit the buzzer.
Oh, yeah.
And she will do it. 104 for Lashuk.
Nice run there
So good.
from Olga Lashuk.
She's very excited about that. She should be excited about that.
Absolutely, she should.
2 women left, Inez Carrasquillo and Andrea Thompson, and Olga Lashuk just put a ton of pressure on them.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise for our next athlete. She makes her way.
That's so good.
Stone Challenge.
I will be shocked if that buzzer lasts the entire weekend. The beating it's taking here in this event.
Just wait till the men come
Yeah.
out.
There's a great load there. Really made sure she had the stone in the correct position before driving onto the platform, onto the barrel. There you go. Hip power, hands are locked, finger strength to kind of just
Her
lock
hands
into
really-
that.
They didn't even move.
Yeah, they were really locked in.
And that's a really good way to see what you were talking about with Lucy Underdown, where her hands weren't in that position that you saw right there and how you need to be over it to lock that in. Great effort by Olga Lashuk to get through all 5 of those stones. And now Inez Carrasquillo, second place overall. She's only 1 point back of Andrea Thompson, coming off an event win in grip and press earlier today. Here goes Inez.
Looking to be the next athlete to finish. It's all going to come down to those sides.
Easy first few. On to the third stone. 250 pounds. Up it goes. Now, these are the challenging ones for these ladies.
Oh,
And that looked easy off the floor. Wow.
275 is good for Carrasquillo, down to 300.
wow.
Carrasquillo is coming to this contest.
Carrasquillo
Wow.
is going to take over first place at 34 seconds.
Oh, that was incredible.
She is in the shape of her life. Day 1 at the Rogue Invitational has gone perfectly for this young lady.
And she could be staring her second straight event win in the face, depending on what Andrea Thompson does. And it's going to be tough for Thompson to come close to 34 seconds.
That was unbelievable. Superb performance.
Final athletes. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen.
I cannot see anyone beating that. That is a supreme effort. Every single lift executed perfectly once again. Inez has showed so much potential over the last few years. This contest so far, she has executed to perfection. Brilliant time there. And we've got our final athlete up now in the current leader, Andrea Thompson. And I have to say, this is the event she is least looking forward to out of the whole contest. This is all about damage control for Andrea. One of the shortest athletes again. Shorter arm suits her for pressing, less so when it comes to these events, but she needs a big performance to keep herself in contention.
10 seconds.
You've got to think, to keep herself at least in the top 2, she's got to get to the 300-pound stone.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, our final Strongwoman.
So she's had the advantage of watching everyone. Andrea knows this is a weaker event. She needs to focus on 1 stone at a time and do the best she can getting through them. This is good so far for her. This is important. Now she's got time to attack this 4th stone. She's not going to be worried about Inez and Jardine. She knows those guys are exceptional when it comes to this event. This is all about points, keeping yourself in overall contention. Still some good events to come tomorrow. If she can get this stone, she's going to be ecstatic.
Carrasquillo is going to win the event, her second straight win here on day 1, and looks to be the overall leader heading in to the second and final day.
Come on then, Andrea. Big effort. Finish the day strong.
Ooh, it's rolling on her.
The stone's flipped over. I don't think that's a bad thing. It's good to try and figure out a different, but we saw Hannah Lindsay turning the stone, playing around with it, finding the best position. I think Andrea's going to leave it there.
Yeah.
Andrew's going to call it, so probably going to knock her out of the overall lead and put Inez Carrasquillo in.
Yeah, you talked about the tape on the forearm.
That's why right there.
Yeah.
These stones rip the skin off your forearms. They're really horrible.
Yeah. And then once it starts ripping the skin and you try to grip that stone and pick it up, it's just the pain shoots to your brain. It's really hard to overcome.
It's like hugging a giant cheese grater on your arm. It's just not comfortable at all.
Yeah.
But how good was Inez Carrasquillo in that event?
Oh, she was fantastic.
Absolutely perfect for Carrasquillo.
She was textbook how you should do these stones. Like, she just attacked everyone, picked it up, triple extension right onto that platform. Oh, she did great. She looks in really good condition for this contest. This is the best I've seen her.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
We've always seen the potential with her to win these major comps, but she normally has made mistakes.
Right.
So far,
executed
to perfection.
Absolutely. She's definitely mentally ready for this one.
34.24 seconds for Inez Carrasquillo. So 2 wins in 3 events for Carrasquillo as the women are now halfway through their competition. You can go to roguefitness.com/invitational for all your results and scores. Send it down to Kiki Dixon, who's with Inez Carrasquillo.
Inez, this is the first time you got to have your hands on these stones. What did you learn?
They're really difficult. The 275 was actually harder than 300, so I was kind of confused, but it was really fun to do.
You've had 2 huge performances today, back-to-back event wins. What are your thoughts as you look into day 2?
Day 2 is actually a really good day for me, so I'm very excited to go into day 2. Sorry, I'm out of breath. Deadlift was the scariest event for me, so to go into day 2 with a big, win, moment, I'm really excited for it.
We're looking forward to seeing you out here tomorrow, and we're glad that you got what's supposedly your worst event out of the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Inez.
Inez Carrasquillo, 2 wins, and in her what was supposed to be worst event, finished 4th. So things looking very good for Carrasquillo, who still, I don't believe that when I see it. 34.24 seconds. I thought Jardine was fast at 51, and then Carrasquillo comes in and smashes that. Olga Lashuk and Rebecca Roberts, the only other 2 women, or the only women to get through those 5 stones.
And Inez, she came in and she's definitely got momentum going into day 2, and I believe we're still going to see those same top 5 within a very, very close range, just vying for that title tomorrow. It's going to be a very close point spread.
The women are done with the Inver Challenge, and it's Inez Carrasquillo with her 2nd win of the competition. Stay with us, everybody. More action to come as the men take on the Inver Challenge next at the 2024 Rogue Invitational.